Thank you so much, Jerry and Moira, for joining me today to talk about how technology can be used to assist people living with dementia and family carers in their day-to-day lives. First of all, I want to ask you, thinking back before you tell us about the technology you're using at the moment, how did you feel about technology in general?
I felt in a way it was actually holding me back. I was more likely to regress to older things like iPods, and even telephones, thinking about going for a really basic phone to see if that would make it easier. I just felt that even just looking at tech, it was actually quite stressful for me.
Very stressful.
I didn't know what I was doing with it. It just as if it had passed about 20 years or something. There seemed to be a big difference of it.
For me, it was absolute fear, terror about the technology that's available now, because it's just changing so quickly and so fast. And I knew that there was technology out there, but just don't know where to start and don't know where to begin, And we've got a few bits of technology, but we're not using it properly, and we're not using it, and we just need guidance and what to do. And we're sure, we both have real faith that it can, whatever's out there can work for us, but not at the moment, not until we're sorted.
So there is so much technology out there. How did you find that process of looking for the right technology to match your needs?
So I was given information by a person on a phone which I'm currently using at the moment, but the problem was that I hadn't been given all the information or someone to set it up for me, so that made it basically practically useless. It became again more of a headache. I mean, I'd been told that this was the thing, so I went out and spent a few £100 on it, and then it just basically all it became was it's been a pain in my side, truthfully.
Until last week, when we got a few simple things sorted, and that's all it took was to start the ball rolling again. That few simple things that you helped us with last week just changed. It became a big help, didn't it? And we just didn't know, we just didn't know that that's all you had to do was to take it off, and the technology's there, but if you don't know how to, it's no point in having a big fancy car sitting in the drive if you don't know how to drive it. And we don't know how to drive the technology that's available at the moment, and that's what we need guidance on, I think.
Yeah, I think just as you say there, I think the thing is it's out there, but I mean it's a bit like we're saying with computers and IT. It's like having somebody that goes specifically to that person and sets up for that person, and have a one-to-one on it until you get it right. Because I think the same thing doesn't work again for another person, because they might have different ways of looking at it. I don't know.
I think in the world of Alzheimer's and dementia, we're quite young, and I think it must be terrifying for other people, for older people who are even a generation older than us, who didn't have the technology that we've had, and our kids have had that technology, so brought it into the house. Older people haven't had that, so it must be even more terrifying for them. So you just put up a wall and just say no and just live, isolation, and when there's so many things like, Zoom calls and things like this that can put you in touch with people, but we've been reluctant. We've just become, I think, just putting up barriers and just saying no, but not now.
So tell me about the technology you're using just now, your phone, Jerry. What sort of things do you use it for?
Generally, obviously, if I can get a call out and a call back to me, it's handy for me. Obviously, if my wife's trying to contact me, and we're trying to contact each other, I don't want to if I get waylaid or over, go out for a walk for a bit longer than that, and then she maybe get worried, and then so if I can't contact her then, or she can't contact me, then it causes stress within, persons.
But I use it for looking up everything, but because we've got the added sort of problem with my hearing impairment and Jerry's visual impairment. We're trying to find something that can help us both, you know. So like Jerry can't just phone me, he's got to text me, and he's got to work out how to be able to send a text with his phone and not being able to see the keypad, and we've got to use voice technology. So that's the sort of thing that we're hoping, you know, that it'll work for better.
Yeah.
Once we get it working properly, much practice. Thanks.
Okay. So would you say it's made a difference to your life so far?
Definitely. Yeah. Basically, that usage of my phone is much easier. You know, we've had someone looking at technology that we had and how to use it better. So it's just a matter now of just basically, you know, keeping on it, you know, and for trying to remember it, you know. But I'm definitely using it more than I initially did. I was basically just wanting to stick it under the pillow in the bed and just hoped it didn't ring, because it just feels that you've got to call it back, you know. So it's just technology is difficult, you know. I mean, the thing is, you look at your kids now, and your kids are actually all doing thousands of things at the same time, and you kind of look at them, and you just feel a bit.
I'd never go to that.
You're a bit lost there. The kids are always going to be far ahead of you, you know, because they're using it for everyday purposes and maybe not always the ones they should be using them for.
Yeah, but we're at the beginning, I think, you know, of a journey that I hope that will make our life easier going on, you know, that I just know I'm really excited to find out more now, whereas before I was just putting up barriers and saying, oh, I don't want to know, we'll just not bother, you know, because it was just becoming, for me, really stressful, and just didn't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. So I was putting up barriers and just saying, no, like Jerry was saying about the phone, we'll just get a basic phone and a basic this and a basic that, and we'll not bother with anything else. But now I'm kind of thinking, this could actually be okay, you know, what was an otherwise stressful situation. It'll be okay, you know.
Well, even for the points of I put things down and I forget what they are, and just having that thing of basically calling the phone, and the phone then alerts me that it's nearby, you know, because it rings to me.
You can say, hey Google, ring my phone, and it'll ring the phone. It'll make the phone ring without actually phoning it, so it just makes it make a sound, you know.
And then if we lose it within, you know, we've figured out, my wife's actually figured out how we can actually make it ring as well, you know, just to tell it so it can be somewhere in the whole house, because then my wife doesn't hear it ringing anyway. So basically, at least I can find her phone as well, and then she can use it visually. So it's wee tricks that you're finding, or they are making things, you know, definitely making it easier. But that's, you know, it's just keep on and try and practice, and just try and keep that in your head, then, to be truthful. So becoming a bit more manageable, I've got to say. So
yeah.
So do you have any advice for other people with dementia or family carers who would like to use technology to assist them?
I think what I've found out so far is that, you know, there's a few. Don't just take the first person that's going to tell you something that's going on. I think find somebody that's specific, and then it can actually basically write a kind of book for you, you know, because I think it's very personal, even between my wife and me. We have different needs, you know, and for contact and talk to other people.
And don't be scared. Don't be scared to try things, you know. Give it a go. Because it's a great feeling when you get something to work, and it's, you know, that you've thought hasn't worked or wouldn't work, and you think it's something daft that you're doing, which it probably was something daft that you were doing, but to get it fixed is just brilliant, you know.
And would you say that having that one thing working now, that win that you've had, is giving you more confidence to think about adding more technology in?
Yeah, absolutely. It's making us, well, it's thinking about it, and, you know, also having a trusted person now that actually you're sure they're actually basically trying to figure out your specific circumstance. It just makes you feel a bit better, you know. Basically, it's like basically like going out and buying that. I can't say like run a parallel or buying a car. I mean, you don't know where you are, you don't know what you're getting, you don't know what you get, and then when you find the right person, you just basically want to hold on to that, you know, and then you just feel as if you're getting you're getting the 5-star treatment, you know. It's like, you know, and the thing is, you know, it sounds daft, but before I was thinking, is there a way you can still get an old dial phone that you can just turn the number and you get, you know, and it does very little, but at the same time, it just seems to me that before it's like I'd rather have a tape recorder and all that. Whereas now we've got technology, you know, it's rechargeable, lasts longer, and it's doing a better job for us, definitely. But as I say, the main thing is having the person there. It's putting it onto your specific usage.
It sounds like you've come full circle from considering using really simple things to now using voice assistants and, you know, Google and, you know, considering lots of different technology that you can use now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's opening me a bit more, because at least when I'm doing something, if I'm just trying to learn it and I'm getting a wee bit of a result, I'm getting a result, you know. There's always a bit of a result, and I feel that I'm still very slow in picking up on it, but I still feel a positive rather than a negative on it now. So that makes me feel.
Yeah, you're not so scared of it now.
I'm not so scared of it. No, that's good. And definitely the voice technology suits me, you know, right down to the ground. You know, as I say, if it becomes slightly dark, I can't find the keyboard on the phone, so I can, if it's even say it's lying on the ground, I can go, hey Google, where are you? Or dial home, you know, and then, or where are you? And then it rings up, you know. And so I mean, basically, right away, I can find the phone, and minimum, I can get somebody on the phone if I was lost to get me home, you know. And then it means that if it's in the dark, I don't get stressed out, you know. And I mean, it's the stress you want to keep down, as well as the application of getting you home. You know, so.
Thanks so much. That's been fantastic. Thanks. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us today. I'm sure everybody will be really interested to hear how you're getting on, and I think we might need an update at some point.
That'll be fine. I'll cut down this beard a wee bit more for the next
Okay. Thanks, Jerry, Moira. Thanks so much.
Right, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.